Hello and welcome back to the Poor Press. Thank you, Mrs. Davis.
Thank you, Mrs. Combs.
Thank you, Mr. Chef.
Thank you, Mrs. Elston.
Thank you, Mr. Ross.
Thank you, Tiernan.
Thank you, Miss McCall.
Thank you, Mrs. Cross.
Thank you, K-Dog, a.k.a. Mr. Cole.
Thank you, Mr. Mullen.
Thank you, Miss Carbone.
Thank you, Mr. Olenek.
Thank you, Mrs. Roach.
Thank you, Miss Harry.
Thank you, Mrs. Weeble.
Thank you, Mr. Kaufman.
Thank you, Miss McKeeby.
Thank you, Mr. Drew.
Thank you, Miss Relier.
Thank you, Mr. Becker.
Thank you, Miss Gloriosa.
Thank you, Miss Bros.
Thank you, Miss Cronimus.
Thank you, Mr. Decker.
Thank you, Miss Gordon.
Thank you, Mr. Graham.
Thank you, Mr. Barrett.
Thank you, Miss Rhoda.
Thank you, Miss Miazkuch.
Thank you, Miss Waggett.
Thank you, Mr. Idleston.
Thank you, Mr. Citroniti.
Thank you, Mr. Miller.
Thank you, Miss Carreri.
Thank you, Papa Science, a.k.a. Mr. Wright. Thank you, Mrs. O'Connell.
Gracias, Miss Medina.
Thank you, Miss Spark.
Thank you, Miss Shea.
Thank you, Miss Weed.
Thank you, Mr. Wilson.
Thank you for watching and see you next week on the Poor Press.